All right, everyone. My USB splitter right now is very, very iffy. So just to be clear, if you hear like computer sounds in the background or something, I'm going to do a hands-off thing here and try to jiggle things as little as possible. I yanked it out the other day, unfortunately, and it got bent. So now that I needed to buy a new one, thankfully I already ordered one. Trump made a joke the other day about Chuck Schumer, calling him a member of Hamas, Hamas's newest member, based on the fact that he refused to shake Netanyahu's hand when he was meeting with Congress. Now, it's a joke. It's quite clearly, nobody actually thinks that Chuck Schumer has joined Hamas. But if you look at the legacy media's coverage of it, you would think that Trump was being serious. That Chuck Schumer quite literally decided to become a Hamas member, and there's a lot of faux outrage, and it is faux outrage. They're not really mad or anything like that. They know that they're lying and misleading people, but they're pretending that Donald Trump actually believes that Chuck Schumer decided to join Hamas. This is clearly not the case. Nobody seriously believes that to be the fact. But again, the propagandistic legacy media right now is trying to mislead people very willfully. They're doing it 24/7. It's a non-stop spin cycle. I mean, the news right now is like watching a goddamn dishwasher or something like that, or a washing machine. It doesn't make any sense. As to Schumer v. Netanyahu, I wouldn't want to shake Netanyahu's hand either. And Schumer knows his demographics. He's in Congress, of course, so he's going to appease voters. He knows it's probably not a good idea to be buddy-buddy with Bibi. Whereas Trump, as a Republican on a national stage, it matters a little bit less, and see he can sort of ham it up. You can look for, Biden's done that as well, actually, despite criticizing Israeli actions. Hasn't really done anything meaningful to promulgate a ceasefire. Basically, he drew a red line in the sand. He said, like, don't go into this village. Netanyahu goes into the village, shrugs his shoulders, and Biden doesn't do anything other than send a bit more aid to the Gazans, basically. It's a rather bizarre foreign policy that we've seen over the last few years. It's basically complete incoherence. I don't even think all of it is malevolence. I think some of it is just them being fucking stupid. But this was a joke. This is a story about the legacy media's propaganda cycle more than anything else. They know it was a joke. You know it, I know it. Trump doesn't actually believe that Schumer supports Hamas or actually joined up with them. No reasonable person would conceive of that. I mean, if you said it about Elon Omar, maybe people would believe that, or AOC, somebody along those lines. Schumer's a classic neoliberal. Donald Trump is just attacking a political opponent. They're trying to make it out as though it was a serious comment. I found that funny. Link in the description. Archived, of course. You can read the story for yourself. Just one of the many media rags that are talking about it. Oh, Donald Trump claims that Chuck Schumer is in Hamas. That's not what he's claiming. It's a joke. It's supposed to be humorous. Sometimes you are capable of saying something that's flippant, especially within a political situation where you've got opponents that you want to castigate. It's considered funny. It's effective for a reason, but they won't acknowledge that. I was looking at it like on CNN, MSNBC and stuff. They're whirling their fists around, red-faced ranting about what Donald Trump said without ever acknowledging to their brain-dead user base, hey, by the way, it's quite clear that Donald Trump did not intone this in a serious fashion. They won't acknowledge it. There are going to be some people, I'm sure, that tomorrow they'll be having, or tonight rather, they'll be having dinner with their politically inclined family and say, did you hear what Donald Trump said about Chuck Schumer? He claimed that he had joined Hamas. And the context will be lost, of course. The family will gasp and say, oh my God, Orange Man bad. This actually happens. It happens on all sides, by the way. It's not like the right wing doesn't utilize propaganda and false talking points. Saw plenty of it during the Bush administration years. Anytime he got in trouble, he just said 9/11 and everyone bowed their heads solemnly and forgot about it, basically. With Biden and Kamala, it's more like, oh, Biden is senile, so you're not allowed to criticize him because, he's clearly demented. And Kamala Harris is BIPOC, so you can't criticize her. But Donald Trump doesn't have any advantage there. He doesn't have any privilege points I mean, he has all the privilege. The problem, he's a white male, rich and stuff like that, straight. Apparently likes women a little too much sometimes. And so if he says something about Chuck Schumer, all of a sudden it's a big problem. By the way, if I remember correctly, I believe that Chuck Schumer is actually Jewish in ethnicity. It'd be kind of hard. I don't think that Hamas is really... It's like sort of saying like this black person just joined the Ku Klux Klan. It's clearly a joke. And if you were to make a joke about that, like you talk about some right-wing, like conservative black person, and you say, well, you sound like a Klan member. It's obviously a joke. Nobody seriously believes the Klan is recruiting black people. The same is true here, but it won't be acknowledged by the legacy media, not in any fashion. That's about all. Peace out.